Welcome to my kitchen. I'm excited today. We're going to be making a molcajete de camarones con tequila. So shrimp with tequila, garlic, cooking it in our molcajete. So this is a really fun recipe to make. Our guests and family absolutely love it. Please stick around to the end of this video as I'm going to be using the camarones con tequila to make some street tacos with mango salsa. So to get you ready for any party that you have coming up. A little bit of history about the molcajete and why I cook with it. A few years ago, I was on vacation in Mexico with one of my tias, my tia Juvi. We were visiting her. She lived close to the Lago de Chapala, this beautiful lake that's in the state of Jalisco. It's very large. And it's very similar if you've ever been to Lake Tahoe in California. It goes on forever, and it can take several hours to drive the perimeter of it. And we went into a really wonderful traditional restaurant there that was serving warm molcajete. So every dish that they served was something that had been cooked in a hot molcajete. So camarones, so shrimp, they had bistec, they had carne asada they were doing chicken, they were doing queso fundidos, and it was amazing. It was so delicious, and then serving it with tortillas and tacos. And so I became obsessed with trying to learn how to do that. This is the first recipe that I developed a few years ago to actually use a molcajete to cook with. It wasn't something that anybody in my family taught me, but it was just something that I loved and I thought was so yummy and delicious and just fun. Because we're not only going to cook in this molcajete, we're going to serve it in the molcajete. And you just see that it's a wonderful way to entertain. It is definitely a conversation starter. People want to talk to you about the molcajete. What is it? So let's get started with this recipe. First of all, let's talk a little bit about the ingredients. We're going to be using 2 pounds of raw shrimp, camarones, and these don't have the tail on, and they're also divine. You can get these at many supermarkets. Usually get mine at Costco. We're also going to be using fresh garlic, about a head of peeled garlic that I have here, a shot of tequila, which is about 3 tablespoons of any tequila that you like, a tablespoon of olive oil, and 2 tablespoons of lime juice. So we're going to create this marinade for the shrimp. We're going to marinate them for a little while, and then we're going to put them into the molcajete and actually cook them in the oven inside the molcajete. So step 1, we're going to grind up our garlic in our molcajete. So I'm just going to throw it in there, and we're going to add some salt. And we're just going to grind it up. Okay, we've got our garlic. It's pretty much a paste. And now it's ready to go into our shrimp. So I'm just going to scoop it out with a spoon. Now see all the bits that got stuck in the base of the molcajete? We're going to use our lime juice. Pour that in there. And we're going to mix it around. Do you see how much more garlic I actually got out of that? So we're just going to drop that in there. We're going to add in our olive oil. That's 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And then our tequila. I'm going to mix that up. Oh, that garlic and the tequila smell so good together. It is ready to go, and we're going to cover it up, put it in the refrigerator, and let it marinate. So the yumminess of all these ingredients can really soak into the shrimp and give it a really amazing flavor. All right. Our camarones, our shrimp, are ready. So we're going to place those in the molcajete. I'll show you how to do that in just a moment. But to prepare the molcajete, I took and I used some cooking spray. I happen to use avocado, whatever you have, and I put it all around the edges of the molcajete because, as you're going to see, this is going to get really messy when it cooks because it's going to be cooking on the edges of the molcajete. We're going to put it in a cookie sheet with some parchment paper, but this will really help you with cleanup because it is going to be a mess. And because I'm going to make our molcajete today for a party that we're having, and I want it to look really pretty, I'm going to actually use some green onions in it and some tomatoes. And I'll show you how to do that as well. But it's more from just trying to make it look pretty than it is actually a necessity. And if you don't like green onions or tomatoes, you definitely don't need to use them. All right, so the way that you get your shrimp into the molcajete, what I like to do is I take the tail end and put it on the outside, so tail out, and I just start layering. And I just layer them around the edge of our molcajete. And I have gloves on. It's probably something you do want to have gloves on, otherwise your hands are gonna smell like garlic. And I believe this is 30 to 40 count shrimp. You can use bigger ones if you like. It's just because I'm going to be using it for street tacos, I like to use the smaller ones. The other thing that you can do is with your tejolote, you can place that in the molcajete as well. And you can also layer some more of your shrimp on that. We've got our oven heated to 425, and absolutely all the directions are in the bottom of this video, so you can check them out, all the ingredients that I was talking about. And then I'm just going to plop these onions in. Just to kind of make it look beautiful. And these are going to get a little bit burnt and crispied up. Nice and like that. There we go. Voila. Right, now that I've got it ready to go, I am going to move it into a cookie sheet, and I've got it ready to go with some parchment paper. So you just pick it up, place it over there, and now it's ready for go. All right, our molcajete is ready, and it came out of the oven. You see the parchment paper is all covered in stuff. We're going to throw those tomatoes in because I want it to look pretty. And I could have put these in the oven. You can put them in whenever you'd like. I'm just going to do them at the end because I want the color to pop. As I mentioned, this is for a party. I have guests waiting for this. My husband's been in about 5 times asking when is it going to be ready. And then I'm going to move it to a clean plate with some parchment paper that I have ready to go. I have these wonderful gloves that I use for grilling, and they're heat proof. So I'm just going to gently lift it, and I'm going to place it. I've got some chips around here. I thought that would look pretty. And you can see, not good. All right, that's real cooking though. So we're going to go and make our tacos. right, a molcajete de camarones con tequila is ready. My guests are ready to have a bite. It smells amazing. I hope you've enjoyed learning to make this molcajete recipe with me today and our street tacos. And if you have any questions, reach out on social media. Please subscribe to our channel. Happy cooking and be well. Thank you. Goodbye.